Israeli military says it plans to expand ground operations in Gaza tonight. Two U.S. officials tell CBS News the announcement appears to be leading up to the start of the ground invasion. The announcement came hours after Israel Defense Forces conducted a second raid of the territory in as many days, using Navy vessels and aircraft to strike suspected Hamas military compounds.
Meanwhile, internet and phone service in the Gaza Strip has collapsed under intense Israeli bombardment, essentially cutting off the territory from the outside world. According to the Palestinian Health Ministry, the Palestinian death toll has passed 7,300. Today, the United Nations General Assembly approved a resolution calling for a humanitarian truce in Gaza.
Israel says Hamas is still holding 229 people hostage today in their honor. Israel set a Shabbat table in Tel Aviv. Each empty seat represents one of the people being held captive in Gaza. U.S. officials say there has been some progress on hostages, but the situation is still, quote, very touch and go. Elsewhere in the Middle East, the U.S. had its own airstrikes.
Pentagon officials say that the U.S. fighter jets like these carried out strikes on locations used by Iranian-backed militia groups that are operating in Syria. Those strikes near the town of Abu Kamal targeted weapons and ammunition storage areas. President Joe Biden ordered those strikes in retaliation for attacks on U.S. forces in Syria and Iraq.
We don't want to see this escalate. We don't want to see hostilities. We're not interested in a conflict with Iran. But we will absolutely do what we have to do to protect our troops and our facilities and our national interests.
900 U.S. troops are already in the Middle East, or they will be soon, with concerns that are growing that the Israel-Hamas war may escalate into a bigger conflict. Since October 7th, 21 troops have been injured in attacks, most of them with traumatic brain injuries.